cold open. Hello. Welcome to another edition of Radio Loud. Joining me this week is Stefan Weber and our very special guest, picture of a dude on a CD drive.
Yeah, let me get that for you.
It's going to be like Letterman's rotating cakes. I remember seeing that as a young boy. I was like, you know, Letterman used to be like, oh, he's this kooky late night guy. And like, by that time, it was pretty tame. But I remember one time as I don't know, maybe 7-year-old caught his show.
Lad.
He's just like, yes, tonight we have rotating cakes. And they had like a little, like a camera on a store display. It's just like cakes rotating.
Yeah, we could do that with computer parts and stickers.
Actually ran those at work.
Yeah, I remember you showed me the run in a box.
So what's this? You said there was a song this week that came out, but I have a song for you. Did you see Shatner's new album?
We have 2 celebrity hit songs.
Yeah,
you have William Shatner's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer featuring Billy Gibbons.
Oh, looks like I am getting your feed. Just give me a cue when I can look at, you know, whatever you...
Give this a shot. I don't have audio on this.
No, that's fine. We're not going to play any. We can't play audio, Stefan. YouTube nails us for it. And it's going to get even more strict because people in Europe can't watch if anything in your shit is somebody else's copyright. Like if your shit gets copyright detected, they just won't play it in Europe upcoming. I don't know when it like comes into like law. Like, it's already came into law, but I don't know when it goes into effect. But they got that new thing everybody was worrying about. Oh, it's going to destroy memes. It's going to destroy memes as we know it. EU.
You think so? That'll be the
possibly. The way the law is written, there's a bunch of like unintended consequences for it. Like fair use completely goes out of the window. Come on, Stefan, I'm dying out here.
I'm getting some of my stuff up. We had
Shatner is releasing a Christmas album, and I heard this from a coworker, and oh my god, like he was like, I woke up at 4 a.m. It's in the same style as Major Tom, where he's just like, ooh, ah, bow, bow, chicka, chicka, you know, like, yeah. he just talks the words like a fucking beatnik or whatever. He's done this since the 70s. I don't know where the fuck he got the idea to do this, but I remember seeing him as a young Shatner at some like awards ceremony, and he did Rocket Man like that. It was just like him with the fucking bow tie undone and a tux, and he's the spotlights on him, smoking a cigarette, and he's
just swooning across the stage,
and he's just like, no, he's sitting on the stairs.
Oh, does he do the?
He does Rocket Man. It's just like, I'm a rocket man. But there was the Major Tom thing. Remember that? Where it was just like Shatner's old bloated face superimposed into a spacesuit.
Yes, I do remember that. That was a classic video.
So now he's... and you have to cue me if you want me to throw something up, because I can't see it on the TV today. But now he's doing a Christmas album. He did a song with fucking Billy Gibbons.
Yeah, I'm seeing this on the video that you've linked into our
our
journalistic integrity.
You had the picture up, and now it's gone. Okay, yeah, look at this. But just like skip ahead a little bit. Billy Gibbons like shows up.
Is that your man, Billy Gibbons? There?
No, like from ZZ Top.
I know, I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this shit show. He's like 87, man.
There's your boy, Billy Gibbons.
Yeah, there he is. But dude must be hard up for cash. I swear, man.
That or they're just having a good time.
I don't know, dude. I was not having a good time watching this. I cringed so hard, I fucking had to like turn it off. It was like, you want to? I went up to another coworker.
Here's a good pic of Billy Gibbons in the video.
I went up to another coworker and was like, "Hey, you want to watch something and feel uncomfortable? Watch this." Like,
did he get visibly uncomfortable? You know, shifting his seat a little bit.
Was it she?
She?
I don't know. I didn't stick around. But who else? Who else we got in the music realm for singles this week?
Ice Cube's "Arrest the President." If you have not had a chance to listen to this, check it out. It is absolutely terrible. I swear to God, there are 2 moments where he's doing his own sound effects. Like, you know, instead of having like a clipped audio, it's just him barking like a dog, and I forgot what the other bit was. And he's clearly trying to use like newer hip hop instrumental styles to support his backing track.
Like, it's not your audience, T.
But the issue is even those...
Ice T or Ice Cube?
Ice Cube.
Okay. I said T for a bit. I was thinking body count, and I was like, did he do this in body count? What?
No, this is Ice Cube trying to tell the people to arrest the president. But
arrest the president.
Yep, that's the hook. But yeah, it's like arrest the president. We got arrest the president. We have all the intelligence, Russian. I don't know. It was all terrible. But even the like instrumental hooks he used to try and like be culturally relevant with what's currently going on in rap and hip hop, those are still like 5-6 years off. Really? In this track. Yeah, like the gunshots and the dog barking and stuff. It's like, dude.
Or are we talking like some fucking 3-6 Mafia backing track shit?
It's not that like poor quality, but maybe like a few years after 3-6 Mafia had their little. It's bad. It's a bad song. I can bring up some great lyrical lines.
Talking like Independence Day Resurgence bad, or
yeah.
You know, I actually kind of didn't mind that movie.
I haven't seen it, but
you'll hate it. You hate everything. Talking of ripping on shit, man. That new MST3K season.
Is it good? I haven't seen it yet.
Dude, fucking first episode, Mac and me. I actually told my dad today. I was like, you're never going to guess what movie they ripped on. He's like, do I know it? I'm like, yeah, but you're never going to guess it. Fucking Mac and Me. You ever watch Mac and Me as a kid?
That's the one where the kid goes off the cliff in a wheelchair.
That's the one where Paul Rudd, whenever he goes on Conan, he plays the clip of the little kid going off the wheelchair. Or going off the cliff in a wheelchair. And in the context of the movie, that fucking part makes absolutely no sense. But, oh my God. Mac and Me is like E.T.'s hot shit. Let's try and make a movie just like it and capitalize on this. Whoever the fuck designed the aliens in that.
Should I get a picture?
Yeah, get a picture of the alien from Mac and Me, man.
This is the same movie that Paul Rudd brings every time on Conan, and it's the same clip. It's the guy falling off.
Yeah, but like, just like type in Mac and Me aliens. Yeah, there's a family of them. There's not just the one. The one that...
yeah, buddy, I've seen this movie.
Look at that! Their faces are stuck like this perpetually. Like they couldn't afford...
And the only noise they make, if I'm not mistaken, is like a woo, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
And then, like the whole... Yeah.
Oh, that's animated.
Dude, straight up, in this scene in the movie... Fucking the security, like, they're, like, starving in the desert, basically.
I have a picture of the whole family.
Yeah.
There you go.
They go into a supermarket after they've been starving in the desert, and some kids rescue them, and they introduce them to Coca-Cola, and they love it. So they see it in the store, and they're just like, oh, give us the Coca-Cola. And the fucking security guard comes out, and he pulls a gun on him, and he's like, you better drop that. So the fucking dad alien gets a gun, and he doesn't know what to do with it. But he's just, like, waving the gun around in, like, a civilian, like, situation. And then there's, like, a bunch of cops surrounding the family of, like, aliens ready to shoot them. and they just wanted some Coca-Cola. But the dad just has this fucking gun, and they're like, "Put the gun down." And he's like, "I don't speak English." It is so bad. I mean, it's so bad, it's good.
I love how the really funny part about that is that's like some quirky hijinks in 1988. Today, that's like politically charged in some manner.
Right. It's like, I just wanted to make a movie about aliens. Now, the funny thing is, the government is, some government entity is chasing them down the entire time.
To research them, or because they
come back on some sort of like space probe. There's like a vacuum that goes to their planet and like tries to vacuum up samples, vacuums up the family.
Jesus Christ, how big is the space probe?
Not big. Like they vacuum up in the way you would imagine like Casper the Friendly Ghost getting vacuumed into a vacuum. They become smaller and enter the vacuum portal. But at the end, everybody loves each other, and then they become American citizens. It literally ends with them, like, going through a fucking,
so this is like some
American
weird
citizen
mashup
ceremony.
Of, this is like a mashup of the Coneheads.
The Cold War was going on, mind you.
This is a mashup of, like, the Coneheads and E.T.
Yeah, except the Coneheads was fucking good. This one was just like obviously trying to capitalize on E.T. and just like doing it completely bad. One of the standout lines in the MST3K riff of it was like, and I was stoked because the last time I had watched this was a kid. My dad liked this movie, and when I told him, he's like, "Yeah, I like that movie. What? They made fun of it?" And I was like, "Yeah, it sucks." But,
yeah, I haven't checked out the new Mystery Science Theater.
It's so good.
I saw Mac and Me was on there, and I was like, because we were scrolling to watch something, and it came up, and I was just like, "This is it. There's a whole nother season. I didn't even know this was coming out."
I thought of texting you when I found out that they're doing the Gauntlet thing. They were joking. It's like, "Oh, you guys binge watch this shit? We're just gonna binge film it." So the whole premise of the new season is that they're being forced to watch 6 terrible movies back to back to back to back to back.
Oh man, I'm gonna love this.
Yeah, but it's 6 episodes, but it's good. Like the first one's Mac and Me, and sorry if I spoiled the plot of Mac and Me. It's been out since fucking 1984. 88,
yeah,
really?
Get over yourselves.
Oh man, I think The Simpsons had an old riff on it where they did like a film festival. That's the one where Hans Moleman presents man getting hit by football wins the, it just doink hits him in the fucking groin. So Krusty's like reading the nominees, and Suck Up the Vacuum was in it, and that was an obvious
reference to
Mac and Me. So yeah, first one was Mac and Me. Second one is a ripoff of Pacific Rim called
Atlantic Rim. Yeah, I saw the poster for that one. I was like, man, that looks awful, and I'm gonna love it.
It's like bros in robots.
Yeah, let me get the poster. Let me get the poster here.
It was the movie is so bad. Like, apparently this production company, and I don't know this for a fact, but apparently this production company does this. They take like some blockbuster thing and then
they make the shitty spin-off and then stick it. Well, they would have stuck it in a bargain bin and hoped that you grabbed the wrong thing on accident. Yeah, that was like their entire company's premise. Yeah.
That's a fucking thing now. Jason, he sent me a picture of a DVD on Black Friday. He was like, "Oh, Warcraft DVD, $4." I was like, "That's a ripoff." I actually love that movie.
It's pretty good. A little condensed, but
yeah, like very condensed.
I mean, it's like a can of sardines. Like there's a lot of crap in there, and I could easily see somebody not being familiar getting lost.
Yeah, I think doing what they did with just taking the entire first game and trying to make a movie of it and trying to inject all these characters that are in there. I think they should have they could have done what like Marvel did. They could have just focused on like
one person.
Yeah, and just did their story and made it interesting and compelling and its own thing.
Yeah, and then you could have released others depending on success.
It's still up in the air if there's going to be a sequel because it was huge in China.
That's because Chinese are suckers.
Are you calling yourself a sucker too?
I am a sucker. I'm an admitted Blizzard fanboy.
Oh man, fucking somebody posted this dank meme. It was fucking 3 men with their heads in nooses, and it said Blizzard, Bethesda, and Valve logos on it. And then it cuts over to this other guy, and it's EA, and he's also got the noose around his neck, and he just says, "First time?" Memes explained in real life, they don't translate well. But I felt like that one did. Yeah, usually you get crickets. It's like, I saw this funny meme and I regret telling this story halfway through it.
I mean, that one's relatively short, and it's just like a single panel comic strip. So
3 panels.
Oh, it was 3?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it could have been condensed into 1 easily. Just had 3 of them on there, and then that come up. But
if you saw it.
Yeah, Bethesda dropping the bomb. Blizzard trying to pull a 360. I heard recently they just announced that next year they're going to announce 3 Diablo-based titles. I'm not sure if all 3 of them are going to be mobile games or not.
That's what they should have done, though. If one of them was an actual PC game, they should have announced the mobile game and then announced the PC game, and then people would have been okay with it. Because that's what Bethesda did. At E3, I think, they announced that they were making a mobile Elder Scrolls game, and then immediately afterwards announced Elder Scrolls 6. But that's not really what the whole hot thing...
Yeah, their hot thing is Fallout 76 is apparently a hot goddamn mess.
Now, what have you heard about it?
I actually... up until this week, hadn't heard anything wrong with the game. I had just been like, oh, Fallout 76 is out. Because, let's be honest, everyone has been focused on Red Dead Redemption 2. I guess that game's just been an absolute gem to play. And even
South Park coming out with online.
Yeah, and even South Park has been talking about it for like the last 3 episodes.
Fucking Jim and Sam, the spiritual successor to Opie and Anthony, I have it saved on my shit. They did a segment where Jim just... like, they're on the fucking satellite radio, but they take video too. Jim plays. He does a Let's Play. This is like old guys. They're like, oh, Let's Plays are popular with the kids. Like, I'm kind of stoked to watch this because they're stand-up comics and like that.
It could be gold.
Yeah, even though they're older, it could be good.
But back to the point that you originally made about Fallout 76 is just this week I heard a bunch of stuff about it's a buggy mess. Stuff doesn't work. PvP system doesn't make any sense.
I would
like
give you that.
Completely unfinished parts of the game or something. And
now this is my theory on it because I bought it and playing it. It's kept my interest longer than Fallout 4, to be quite honest. Like, I've been playing it a lot. I need a little break from World of Warcraft. It's fun. Like, it's not a bad
Fallout
game.
76 or World of Warcraft? You said World of Warcraft.
I took a break from
World of Warcraft to play Fallout. Yeah.
So it's not that bad. It's not as bad as people make it sound. I feel like it's one of these situations where the reviewers got it in like the beta, and like a bunch of like ridiculous shit did happen. Like the fucking mobs of like people in T-poses coming at you. Have you seen the videos of that? Oh. It's a little funny because like it'll just be characters coming at the player just T-posed
and just flying at you.
Just floating towards you. But I keep on seeing the same clips in a lot of YouTube videos that are reviewing it, playing this shit over and over and over again. If it's so buggy, play the game, catch your own bugs. It is buggy. Every Bethesda game is buggy.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in it.
But it is nowhere near as bad as it's been made out to sound. And I think it's one of those things that just got way too popular to shit on YouTube specifically. So everybody just jumped on it, and it's like, oh, this is what we're fucking ganging up on now? This is what's getting the hits? let's do it, baby. Let's fucking crucify this one. They are just nailing this fucking game to the cross, I feel like.
But you don't feel it's founded in a
I
ton
feel
of
like
evidence?
Yes, there are some things about it. Like they kind of sold it at E3. It's like it's all brand new technology. It's the same engine.
That would that kind of piss me off.
I wouldn't really like. It's like, okay, what do you want?
I mean, if they say they're gonna have a new engine and they don't have one, that would be like, well,
They didn't say they were going to have a new engine. They just said all new technology or whatever. Like,
well, that could just mean new items. Yeah, whatever.
yeah,
Okay.
like it was super vague, and like I was watching. You ever watch Angry Joe?
Yeah, I don't know how he is now, but when I originally watched him, I thought he was a pretty good reviewer, and I agreed with a lot of his sentiments on games that I had already played. You know, like I'd played this game. I was like, man, I agree with his opinion on this game quite a bit, like Destiny and some of those other games.
I watched a video that he published a little like today reviewing Fallout 76, and it's literally it's a fully grown man just stamping his feet, like throwing a tantrum. Like screaming so he overloads the mic, and it's just like, man, I know your name is Angry Joe, but everybody understands that's just a little shtick. But it's just like, Bethesda, how could you do this? I really feel like he's just pandering to what people want to see. He's just throwing into the crucifixion.
I know he's been a pretty staunch advocate against a lot of the microtransaction setups and stuff.
There is, but it has no bearing on the game. It's just cosmetic shit. It's like, hey, you like this like 1950s vision of the future spacesuit?
I mean, does he crap all over it? Because I mean,
I could not watch it all because I was just like, oh, this is. I can't watch this fucking grown baby
usually his
rant about this.
Usually his ranting comes across stronger, but his end review is pretty well curved. I know the last review I watched of his was for Battlefront 2, so that was a couple years ago, and it was about how the microtransaction system was in that game and some other stuff. But
I feel like Battlefront 2 and Fallout are both... I feel like these two games are going to be in the same category. Rocky starts. Battlefront 2 had a lot of shit done to it, but the damage had already been done.
Yep.
It's... I feel like a lot of people who potentially would have checked it out and enjoyed it are not going to, just because it's become a cash grab for YouTubers. I really do.
It has a stigma.
Yeah.
It's been
honestly,
stink bombed.
I like it because, you know, one of the aspects of it, people call it like cheap game design, and I can totally agree with that sentiment. But it's also like, this is a multiplayer game, so you can't have really like character conversations and those things where you make like these solid decisions and that changes the overall outcome of the game. It's a multiplayer game. You can't like talk to somebody who's voice acted and then like make a decision that changes the path or like options of the game and have the same option afforded to the person who's in your party playing next to you, because they might pick something different.
I disagree with that. Elder Scrolls had that. You could be Elder Scrolls Online had some of the best PvE I've ever played in an MMO game, and you could do
True that.
You could do two completely different stories at the same time. I remember specifically me and my friend Alex, we were running through a dungeon, and the overarching story of the dungeon was there was this archaeologist that you find outside, and he's like he's kind of prissy, but he like gives himself off as this Indiana Jones type. You go through the dungeon, find out this dude is a total piece of work, and you have the option to collude with him, make him pay back the group of villagers that he's about to rob a sacred relic from, or you can lock him in a sarcophagus inside the tomb and leave him there. So Alex decided to lock him in the sarcophagus and leave him in the tomb, and I made him pay back the villagers or something was one of the options.
Oh, you noble Steve.
Yeah, so I went back to the village. The village thanked me. I got like a little reward. Alex went back to the village. Because we were running through this dungeon at the exact same time. We were in a party together. Alex locked him in the sarcophagus, and I remember Alex was just like, "Did you do it?" And I was like, what did I do? What? And he was like, did you lock him in the sarcophagus? And I was like, no. And he was like, he was just laughing the whole time because the guy was in his game, like muffled, racking on the inside of the tomb, just like, let me out of here. Ma. But we go back to the village, and I had like a whole nother set of dialogue. So it is possible. I don't know the limitations inside Fallout 76 because Elder Scrolls has online has a completely separate engine from the capabilities that Fallout. What was the last Fallout?
4
was the last Fallout, and then it was 76.
People are calling 76 essentially a Fallout 4 multiplayer mod, and they're saying modders could basically make Fallout 4 into Fallout 76 better than they could, which I might not disagree with. It probably would take way too fucking long, but
yeah, because you get a team of 3 guys and a
fucking cease and desist order.
Yeah, you get 3 guys and a cat and a cease and desist order, and that's it.
One of the things I really do enjoy is the fucking nukes in that game.
The Fat Boys.
No, there's like missile silo things that can get taken over, and you can legit like choose to nuke an area. So like people have spent all this time making a building or whatever,
and it's gone.
Yeah, and if they're like in the area and they're online at the time, they have to decide whether to like grab a blueprint of their thing and pack up and leave, or just get out of the blast radius.
What, do they get like a timer? Do they get a timer? Just like, you have 60 seconds
No,
before...
you don't get a timer. If you're in the area where the nuke takes off from, you can see it take off, and the fucking sirens go off. It's like Chicago's tornado warning sirens. It's fucking eerie. You just hear it going off. You get a blast radius on the map, and then you get a really satisfying mushroom cloud to... Like, I have legitimately watched several of these go off, and I was like, I'm going to get outside of the blast radius and watch this thing go off.
But, like, you're a smart person. You don't build a house, right?
No, I do. You have to.
Oh, okay.
You have to. Like, it's... A lot of the game's built around crafting and stuff like that. That's where, like, a lot of the fun of the game is.
Ooh. Okay.
Like, you don't have to, but you have to, like, unload your inventory. You gotta get your loot. And not a bad game, not as bad as people... Like, I've encountered some bugs. I wish I could actually show one of the really funny bugs that I had found.
But we're having some technical issues, so...
and they're not as rampant as people make it seem.
People have made it out.
Yeah, I get as many, like, server disconnects as, like, any other game. It's not so infuriating. It's like, I can't get on ever. It's like, oh, I got DC'd. Start my game up.
Shit, I'm still getting DC'd in World of Warcraft, and that game has been out for 10 plus years.
I just ain't no bitch.
Yeah, I just get over it. So did you have a good Thanksgiving weekend? Because we took off last week. Did you have a good week?
Yeah, it was nice. I did a lot of nothing. It was very nice.
Same. I only had to do one family's thing, and that was good.
Anybody, you have anybody like fucking... Oh, I can't have any of the food on my plate touch. Any of that shit? No. Nobody like that?
No, nobody like that.
Somebody at work said that they were going to a family event with like 34 people that were going to be present.
Sounds like one of sounds like my dad's side of the family.
You got a fucking like Mormon family side? One side of your family Mormons?
No, one side of my family was very Irish.
I thought you were going to say Amish for a second.
No, very Irish.
Oh, yeah. Every sperm is sacred kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess you could say that, yeah.
Oh, man. I had that Monty Python, the chorus from that song. What was the Meaning of Life? Where they had the whole dance numbers. Every sperm is sacred.
I haven't seen that movie in ages.
I don't think I've ever seen that one all the way through.
I don't think so either.
I think my favorite Monty Python flick is Life of Brian.
I don't think I've seen that one all the way beginning
it's
to end.
So good.
I've spent a ton of time on Flying Circus. I've probably seen all of those, although I can't recall too many of the skits.
One of my favorites as a kid...
Python, obviously. Because it has knights.
Oh, Holy Grail.
Yeah. Sorry,
You just said python.
Holy Grail, yeah.
The one where they all get eaten by a snake. One of my favorites as a kid, well, my favorite as a kid was now for something completely different that my dad turned me on, but it's basically a best of done with good film, you know? And I didn't really get that at the time because I hadn't watched a bunch of Monty Python. But it was just basically like, oh, these are all our best skits.
Yeah.
Put them back to back to back to back to back to back. But
the original binge watch. Straight up, that's the original binge watch right there.
it's like Garth Brooks' greatest hits, volume 3. Dude, okay. You've seen the Garth Brooks first Facebook video post. So I guess we're live now or whatever.
No, I have not seen this.
Oh my God. You have to see it. It's super old now, and it's been put through the
ropes.
Yeah.
The internet ropes.
Like all the way up to like Tom Segura and his wife, Christina Pajitsky, I think that's her last name. They shit on it all the time on their podcast. Like that's how big it's gotten. And that's like, it's a fucking meme. And I was surprised to see the same guy who wrote Fat Beef, if you recall. Fat Beef, the Steve Harvey Experience thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
I remember we were watching it last week. Or the last time I was here, we were watching it.
So, yeah, we got fucking copyright strike just for showing a audioless video of Steve Harvey trying to dance.
That's really too bad because if you're inside my texting circle, Steve Harvey's becoming one of my favorite gifts to send people. He's just such an animated character. If Steve Harvey and his copyright team only knew, I'd be getting striked every day.
Hey, has Steve Harvey's legal team hit you? Let us know in the comments below. I want to start injecting that into just to fucking make fun of that because that's like become such a fucking obnoxious thing. It's like, how do you feel about that? Let us know in the comments below.
I liked how that skateboard crew handles that.
Oh, Braille?
Yeah, Braille. The Braille team. Just constantly. Just like, do you think this...
Yeah, they had one video like that. I just want to start injecting that into like wherever I can.
Yeah, leave a comment below. It's on the podcast note, I finally started listening to some podcasts this week.
What'd you pick?
Some hockey ones.
Okay.
But, okay, so first I was
Hot Ice.
Yeah, Hot Ice. Okay, so like the one I'm really listening to is Broad Street Hockey, which is Broad Street Hockey, which is like the Philadelphia Flyers sports podcast because they got a bunch of shit going on in their organization. But originally I was like, oh, there's some hockey training ones, and one of the ones I started listening to that I didn't keep listening to opened with the classic like movie announcer, just like, oh yeah, you need to get trained in hockey, and
The in a world, guy.
yeah,
I don't have the bass in
a
my
world
voice.
where you want to get better at hockey, and you need to work out. Here's some tips coming from, and the actual dude that was doing the podcast had the squeakiest, highest pitched voice ever, and I couldn't keep listening to it. I was just like, I can't take this guy seriously at all.
When I started getting into podcasts,
You guys need to work out. You guys need to work your gotta work your core. Yeah, you guys gotta work your core, and it's really about acceleration and not top speed. You gotta focus on acceleration because, let's be honest, you're gonna be starting and stopping and starting and stopping. He's like, here's some research and studies. Yeah, I'm just like, is this guy for real? Like, you open with just this deep,
Gosh, Mickey, those are some good tips.
it was terrible. So I did not continue on with that one. But
You guys ready for some blood on the ice? When I started listening to podcasts, I was a wayward son. You know, I was a lost young late teens, early 20s man, and it was coming out of like the thought I was Jim Morrison phase. So, hey, man, I'm going to fucking own it just so I can shit on fucking people I come across that are still locked into that.
That's cool. It just reminds me of Hot Tub Time Machine. I don't know if you ever seen that movie. The funniest
Fat Nap Time Machine.
The funniest part of that entire movie was when
they see themselves as teens. I have not seen that movie, but I'm just kind of...
There's one part where the kid's dad is just like, oh, yeah, I had this suitcase, and yeah, it was just so full of drugs, and he, like, opens it up because they're back in time or whatever, and his kid's just like, who the fuck did you think you were? Wow, I just had did you think you were Hunter S. Thompson? And he was like, he, like, looked at his kid, and he was like, yeah.
Oh, but that same moment that happened to you where you were just like listening, you're trying something else out, you might have listened to a few, and then you just get to one episode and it's like, I can't fucking listen to this anymore. It was like some new age fucking bullshit because, yeah.
Like they have wind chimes in the background?
No, not like that. It wasn't like that. There was some interesting ones, but then I got to this one guy's fucking podcast and he was just talking about this stuff and I was like, man, he's just talking about this stuff all wrong. Like, I don't agree with any of this. Oh, this is bullshit. Oh, I'm so sorry, everybody.
Yeah, the first one, I just couldn't get past the dude's voice. There was another one where this guy talked to ex-NHL players, and a lot of them, the first couple guests he had, I should say, all played in the NHL for an extremely brief stint, and then they went to like a foreign market, and they were all just like, yeah, I got really pissed at this guy, and I blamed him, and it's really not his fault, it's my fault. And I was like, okay. But I wanted more... I wanted a different kind of input on stuff. So I just ended up on some op-ed, like, news-style broadcast where they bring in what's happening with the team, and then... I don't
listen to those kind of podcasts.
Crap. Yeah, it's sports crap.
I'm
not going to be able to stick with it long, but...
I swear, fucking Bill Burr's sports crap, man. When he just goes to sports crap, he does it less because he's realized this. But what he does is the fucking guy is a goddamn machine. He does a solo new material podcast every week. And then he does another one. He does the Monday morning one. And then he does one on Thursdays. But the Thursdays one, he calls in like for half of it. Like he does a full 50 minutes usually. Today it was only like a half hour. But... he goes to an old episode, like this date 5 years ago. And he'll be talking about sports crap from 5 years ago. And it's like, how long can you fucking listen to this guy get all pissed about sports that already fucking happened? Honestly. That's the thing about those episodes. They have no value of like going back and listening to it. I feel like a lot of our content, like a lot of the news stories, even though they're like time sensitive,
it's timeless, man. People can eat this up forever. You guys could watch this.
Hey, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, the only reason I probably won't be able to keep up with the sports stuff, but just because some of the stuff that happened to the teams that I follow in the past couple of weeks have been pretty drastic, and hockey's so hush-hush, it was interesting to hear other people's takes, so...
I just want to know, who the fuck you looking at over there?
No, I was thinking.
I know. I was like, you were thinking. But he's literally staring at a wall. Yeah. Like that's the wall.
Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, this wall over here is going to be the thinking wall. Like stare. I'm going to put a target up there that's just going to say stare here when you think.
Let us know in the comments below. But can we get to this article? Because I actually think this article is pretty interesting.
Which one's that?
Payless fools influencers with a fake store.
Absolutely.
The name of it, Paylessi. Palessi.
Like when you said it, it's did my dad write this?
It's like an Onion article,
right?
Almost. But I love just this picture they have. It's attached to a video, but it's...
Is it a picture I should call up right now?
Yeah, you want to bring
right
this up
now?
You want to bring it up? Yeah. This image of just probably what the store looked like probably
Hot
when you walked in.
chicks in a Vogue setting.
Yeah. But the great part is I probably would have walked past this store. I probably been like, oh,
thought it was legit.
But as soon as I would have picked up one of these shoes, I would have been like, this is hot garbage. This is some garbage shoes.
But the thing is, would you? Because you could go do that to a place that already exists that's known for doing that and look at it and like, yeah, I wouldn't pay $500 for this shit.
Yeah. But
well, I guess you probably would.
That's just how I am. That's just how I am with the shoes and shit. All right. But so...
So what are you saying? Are you saying that people who buy the expensive shoes are kind of suckers?
A lot of them, yeah. But I mean, sometimes you.
How do you feel about this, audience? Let us know in the comments below.
Sometimes you are actually getting good quality, but I want.
Yeah, sometimes you are.
Let me know.
Oh, speaking about shoes, I gotta say this. Guess what?
You got new shoes. You get some New Balances.
Hey, Sean, if you're listening.
It's so funny when we were talking about that. I actually went on the New Balance site, and that's why you kind of had ads all over for New Balance. They actually had some pretty cool shoes on there.
Dude, I like these fucking... They feel like slippers, but they're shoes. They're so comfortable when I put them on.
I actually have a new pair of shoes that I'm going to need because I had to get rid of almost all of my shoes. I have one pair of tennies left.
Really? The girlfriend was just like, your shoe collection's getting outed?
No, okay, so I bought a pair of Americas some time ago, and I only wore them maybe like a month, and the heels like broke and fractured into like little plastic shards. Totally uncomfortable to wear. Tossed them. My Adidas skate shoes are just destroyed, and then I have two pair of those, and those are the only tennies I have left. I have a pair of booze nets left, and they're way cheaper made than they were in previous years.
Last pair of shoes I bought, fucking DCs, to replace my... I literally have been wearing the same point. I've been wearing the same pair of Nikes that Amanda B bought me from an outlet mall for Christmas when we were dating last, which is like 2 years ago. I've been wearing those. And then I bought these DCs, and I was like, these fucking hurt my feet like none other. And I had to go back. And then I was like, I don't want to just spend $70 on another pair of shoes that are going to hurt my shit. I walked into Kohl's, and I was like, oh, I'm going to check out their shoes too while I buy another pair of pants because your boy's gotten a little bit too fat.
Yeah, boy's tumming up.
So I put on I was like, oh, those are the ones I was looking at online. They're here in Kohl's. Everybody else had the same idea that I had. So Kohl's, the branch chain, was just like, hey, man, these are popular enough that we could stock them and make money.
And, you know, Kohl's doesn't actually have necessarily that bad of stuff anymore. I mean, I'm obviously old and detached from reality, so the Vans that I see in there, I was like,
you get less selection.
Yeah, these aren't that bad. You could probably skate these a couple times.
There was like a pair of Converse that caught my eye, and then I really looked at them, and I was like, these are probably just going to hurt my feet. I'm not a Converse boy.
Yeah, something about, I mean, now Nike owns them, but something about how Converse makes their shoes.
It makes a lot of sense because those look like some high-top Nikes.
They're just weirdly shaped. They're weirdly shaped shoes. Like
they just
they're
look
narrow.
uncomfortable.
They're narrow, and their toe space is massive.
So I walked past these. I was like, oh, those were the New Balances online I was looking at that didn't look like a fucking pair of dad loafers. And then I put them on, and they're like, oh, man, I can actually fit my feet in a size 10 of these. Usually I'm a 12 for stuff.
Well, maybe I'll go buy some.
These aren't giant. And then I saw they had a wide variation of the same style. I was like, ah, I'm a wide boy. Sold.
And they fit great.
Yeah. They fit like a fucking dream. It was like, where your feet hurt between, breaking in shoe periods?
Yeah, none of that. None of that. If they fit right, that shouldn't be really a thing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
listen to me come over my new shoes.
The real thing is, I'm gonna get a pair of New Balances at some point, just because.
Is this your way of telling me you guys are having a baby? You're gonna be a daddy?
Just because. But so this Payless shoes article though.
We got a little derailed.
You read this, but this is money right here.
Yeah.
So you got the scoop on this, or you want me to give?
Yeah, basically Payless, as an advertising thing, sent out an APB to a bunch of social media influencers.
Which are AKA crackpots.
Yeah.
Can I ask you something? Herbalife is a multi-level marketing scheme, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Why, you got somebody trying to sell you that shit?
No. I just was like browsing on Instagram and I saw something and it was just like, oh yeah, I'm a Herbalife coach. And I was like, oh, so you're an idiot. Or you think you can influence other people. Like, okay, so anyway.
Hey, anybody got a Herbalife hookup out there? Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, let us know in the comments below. But continue. So they send out some.
They send out some invitations to what I think it was like 80 Facebook influencers, or not the
Instagram, whatever. Yeah. Social media
influencers, and that just seems like such a fucking.
I met one once. He was an Uber driver. Did I tell you that story? The guy that picked us up, and I got picked up in a Tesla. We were like, I'm a social media mogul.
We were fucking joking about. It's like, we need to get some guests on here. Get your boy on here. Let's get Stefan. He doesn't watch this show, so let's shit all over him, and then let's get him on here. Let's keep going back to this guy as a joke, and then one day have him on here.
All I can think of with the Uber thing is that there was a picture of Jim Carrey when he's doing the chauffeur. This isn't my real job, you know. From Dumb and Dumber, yeah.
So they had all these influencers come in, and I am just like astounded that this is like a way people fucking make money, by being
influencers.
But yeah, you're basically
suckering idiots into your little coop.
Yeah, you're basically a fucking brand blowhard.
Yeah,
sponsor us. Come on, sponsors. Today's episode is
if you have some people that you think we should sponsor,
let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, or that should sponsor us, let us know in the comments below. So they contact these people, and it's Payless shoes. So what the average cost of one of their shoes is like $19.99, maybe $25.
Yeah, they had some people paying $600 and up for that. I think they said they made in upwards of $3,000.
You think they'd notice when it's got the Skechers S on it that it might not be priced at that kind of a level?
I wonder if you could actually go to that level and like pull something like that. I don't think there were anything in there to that level, but there's some off.
Hold on a second. I'm actually gonna go. You continue, but I'm gonna go to the Skechers website and see if they offer high-end products that even are comparable to that.
They offer some like fucking high heel shoes, and it still has the fucking S on them.
Women's performance shoes, so I'd $60. You're actually getting a pretty good deal if you go to Payless and you get some Skechers.
Skechers is a brand I could never like. Yeah. I actually saw a coworker who no longer is with us, so kind of not naming names here, but
press F.
She fucking
press F in the comments below to pay her respects.
She showed up in one of those. I think it was Skechers. Those fucking like semicircle shoes.
Oh, the like get fit, like the bottom was like a cup, and you'd like roll on it almost. It was like,
hey, you want some things to throw in your pile of shake weights?
It was adult Heelys. They were straight up adult Heelys.
Yeah, but there's no Heely to them.
No, I know, but like that's how they were marketed. It's just like, oh yeah, you can get fit with these. They just got U-shaped bottoms.
How are Heelys being marketed as getting fit?
But Heelys Heelys are just marketed as this cool different shoe, and the U-bottom shoe was just like, you can get adult with these.
It's like sitting down in a marketing thing, and it's like, how can we sell the next thing? We've already sold them shoes.
Seesaw
How
shoes.
do we? Yeah. Like shitty seesaw shoes, not even like a fucking like a fucking fulcrum and like a teeter-totter.
Yeah, it's on the same level as those.
It's one of those shits you give your kids where you just throw it in the sandbox and it's made out of plastic.
It's in the same. Okay, so I'm referencing it to Heelys. I'm referring it to as adult Heelys because I put it in the same boat as those toe shoes that adults would buy. Just like, oh, it's ergonomic. Your toes can get all the action. Just like,
I actually feel like those people do like running, like barefoot running, because they believe back when we were in nature, this is how it was meant to be, and shoes have somehow taken us away from.
I mean, maybe on some level I can see that, but they still
has
are
like penicillin and you know, plumbing and, you know, getting our shit away from us, like not shitting where we eat. You know,
I mean, maybe on some level that's true, but they look stupid. But the U-bottom shoes, when those came out, I was like, man, those can't be good for like your hips and stuff. You're just like trying to balance all day.
I'm just imagining somebody like, you know, that
or what happens
of the lady walking in high heels down the fucking like dirt path, and she just starts like buckling on her heel.
Or what happens when you drag your feet and you put like a weird skid into the U-shaped base and they're slightly uneven or something.
Yeah, like fucking flat spots on skateboard wheels.
Yeah, like I get that on the back of my, well, I used to as a kid because I was a notorious like GTA 3 walker. Like I'd walk with my legs kind of bowed and I'd drag my feet in the back, so I'd have like flat spot. I don't know, I just walk like an idiot. But I'd have like a flat spot. I still kind of have it on the, it's not as bad. I have a more straightforward walk, but can you imagine having some U shoes like that and it's like not being able to perform a tire rotation on your car and you just slowly kind of are like angled to a certain direction.
I just think those shoes were meant to be like, you know, gotcha.
Oh,
because they didn't sell them for very long, but I'm sure they made some money.
But I mean, people were rocking them just like, and you know, when I think about it, some of the people that are rocking them got knee problems now. Class action. Let's get on it, people. We can all make 5 cents.
Hey, what are these shoes? They're called Ace Best Toes shoes.
Where are you seeing this?
You know, asbestos. Gave me mesothelioma. It might be entitled to compensation.
So these suckers are paying $400 to $500 though for some of these. They shelled out a total of $3,000. One shopper spent $640 for a pair of boots.
Fucking idiot.
Which represented a 1,800% markup.
Unbelievable.
However, they returned all their money and let them keep the shoes because Payless is, you know, Payless.
Yeah, it's just a marketing ploy, and that is...
You're an idiot. Did they? I hope, like, at the end, like, as they're walking out of the store, or... like later on in the mall, like somebody comes up to him and is just like, oh, hey, yeah, that was a big hijinksy thing. And then they just slap a sticker on their forehead, just like, idiot. This guy's an idiot.
Speaking of slapping stickers, and it's still related to shoes, you know how I told you my shoes were the wide variation of the shoes? So I realized... probably 3 days into fucking wearing these shoes that somehow the tag that was on one of the shoes, I didn't take it off. It was just stuck inside of the shoe. So like a pleb, you know, with a new pair of jeans, and then the fucking, you know, the 30x30, 34x34 is still like, I don't wear those. I don't wear 34. Your boy is at a 34, 32.
Hey, that's me.
All right. So,
all right. You know what's funny?
You know when you just have those stickers on the back of your leg?
Yeah, you know what's funny? I asked you if they switched the tag. That was my nightmare, like, from 3 weeks ago. Where I was like, you know, I had an adult nightmare where somebody swapped that tag on the back of the leg. And I bought the wrong pair of pants. That was the nightmare I had. But your story...
You woke up... No!
I actually did wake up in the morning and check the inside... tag of the pants. So, but anyway, back to your story.
I found the little wide tag on the inside along with like all the other information, but there was like this nice little dual-sided wide. I just like found some clear tape, went up to my fucking buddy at work, just like gave him a slap on the ass, fucking taped
a double wide.
Taped the wide to his butt. And he's like, okay, what'd you tape to me? And I was like, I don't know, find it. And he just like could not fucking get it off for a bit. Like, usually, like, people are pulling that all the time because shit has adhesive. It's just, the place is crawling with it, man. Sticky stuff is everywhere where I work. So people are always taping shit to each other to see how long they'll walk around
it's just
without
the nature
knowing
of the
it.
place. Yeah,
It's a fucking, like, it's like a kick me thing, you know? But, like, he, like, knew I did it and still couldn't find it.
Oh, man. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yep, fucking props to Payless Shoes for fucking trolling our, you know, the people out there on social media who are presenting themselves like they have better lives than us.
Like they know better. All right. I don't know if you saw this story. This is a New Orleans man story. Okay. So I saw this because there was a reposted image of, it was like a newscast story. Actually, I should be able to find it. But it was a newscasted story with a man with his mugshot, basically like in the lineup. And it was just entitled...
Give me the money, cocksucker, motherfucker.
It was just entitled at the bottom, man says his threat to blow up a bathroom had nothing to do with a bomb.
Oh, yeah, I saw.
Yeah, you saw this?
I didn't see it, but I heard it.
Yeah, it was. I saw the posting from Fox 26, Houston, but it's a real story. And the police said the suspect told employees at Willie's Chicken Shack, "Y'all about to close right now because I'm gonna go get a bomb and blow this place up." And his mugshot is him just like, "You for real brought me in here for this?"
You got it up?
Yeah, I have the picture from.
Good to go?
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about that going down in this day and age?
I should be fucking...
A man just saying, I'm gonna blow your bathroom the fuck up, and then getting arrested for it.
Yeah, right? That's like some fucking, you know, that's like, what chain was this?
I don't think it was a chain. It was called Willie's Chicken Shack.
Oh, Willie's Chicken
according
Shack.
to Huffington Post.
So is Willie's Chicken Shack corporate gonna fucking make all their employees go to racial sensitivity training?
I don't know.
This is like reminiscent of the fucking Starbucks incident where there's just...
Or the Chipotle one. That one was a little wild.
What was that?
So a Chipotle manager got fired because there was a video posted on Twitter of her... some men came in and she was like, "Oh, y'all can't come in here because y'all never have any money. Like, get out of my store." So she ended up getting fired by Chipotle management because the guy like posted the video to Twitter and he's like, "This is how we get treated, blah, 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 blah." Well, later it came out from some of the other local food stores in the area that there were infamous Dine and Dashers. And she ended up getting her job reinstated, supposedly. But it was just a very interesting story that flip-flopped over the course of three days, maybe 4 days, where it was just like, "Oh, I can't believe this woman did this," to everyone being like, Dine and Dashers, you know, just like people not knowing the whole story, you know, all this.
Hey, I think Steve-O's establishment recently had
A Dine and Dash?
a Dine and Dash, and they have security cameras, and the restaurant put it out on Facebook because I follow the restaurant's Facebook page.
Why do you follow their Facebook page?
Because I wanted the fucking specials, man. Like I used to like skate across town, go hang out with Steve-O. We'd go fucking like one wheel it up. We'd go fucking eat some wings and then I'd go home. But they have like specials every night and it looks like some dang shit, man.
Yeah.
But the fucking like, I was about to just be like, "Hey, man, let me talk to your fucking boss and let me like manage his Facebook page because I can't even get to the fucking menu. I have to sort through 10 billion pictures just to get to the fucking menu, man." Anyways, I'm sure it's great. This is before it actually like officially opened, but they had a picture go out of like two guys that dined and dashed, and they fucking had the pictures out. So Dine and Dashes, beware. Fuck you guys.
That's like some gas station level shit, you know? Just where it's like, don't serve these people or watch out for these customers at like the gas station down the way. Where they just have like the crappy security
dude,
faxes.
Williams Woodman's has a fucking wall of shame. Fucking like it was.
How big is that now?
Yeah,
that's the real question. How big is that shit now?
In the liquor libraries, they used to have a wall of shame, and it was like, "What's up with that fucking shit?" And it was like, "Oh, shoplifters." Public shaming. How do you feel about it? Let us know in the comments below.
All right, you got. We got some more tongue-in-cheek criminal thieves. I love how that's like our go-to lately is shitty crime.
Is this the
we have
burglar?
The burglar who burgles?
Or was that the one you were going to, or what's one?
We have this dude who looks like he belongs in fucking Highlander. The DC clerk.
Oh shit! That wasn't even crime.
I know, it seems like an idiot misunderstanding, but this dude
should have been a crime. But
this dude looks like he belongs in Highlander. Like he's gonna fucking challenge McLeod.
That looks like Garth Brooks is stepping up to be Highlander, straight up, man.
He's like, McLeod, I'm gonna take your head,
dude. Okay, they fucking pulled.
Actually, not even McLeod. He'd fight the dude in the 1990s spin-off TV miniseries Highlander. I forgot that guy's name. Well, his name was McLeod too, I think. But
new MST3K pulled a McLeod in the new season.
I gotta check it out, but I need to honestly sit down and watch it, not just have it.
Not just have it on. That's like something you like. Old episodes, you just put it on to have on. The new ones, you gotta watch it and just suckle all that riffy
sweet
goodness.
Riffy marrow.
Oh, it is so good because they renewed it for 6 this year. What if we don't get another one? I want to think about a world like that.
I'm happy that it was renewed, and to my knowledge, it has the blessings from the original cast. Does it?
It has the original guy who made it in charge of it.
Yeah.
That's why it's like so true.
Got Joel. Yeah, I know. It's still got Joel. But I mean, the rest of the guys still have the blessing.
Dude,
like Mike and all of them.
The chick who played Pearl has cameos like slathered all over both seasons. She's back in this season. Like she comes back as like a clone, and they do the invention exchange thing still.
Yeah,
and they got some really good ones.
That's good because Joel. I know Joel was in the last revised season. He was the guy that pulls the lever on the.
Oh, really? He's the guy.
He's the guy in the biosuit. Yeah.
I like that guy. Yeah, I really like. He's like movie in the hole.
Yeah, that's Joel.
Fucking love it.
Yeah,
like it's a new thing, but that aspect of it is like an entire new thing, but it's still in the same like spirit of the. I would say the earlier seasons.
Yeah, I guess more. My comment really should be: I'm glad that Joel has still kept the vision all these years relatively aligned. You know, like it's not like something where
I said exactly what I think you're about to say to my dad earlier.
It's not like something where the vision or like with the progress of a band, something we talk about on here a lot. You know, styles change or they adapt to fit different times, or as you age, you
feel like you need to branch out artistically and try new things,
or you're not necessarily as mentally invigorated by the same ideas, like,
or you become less relevant and you have to try a new style in something that's come out and is popular to stay relevant.
Yeah.
I feel like MST3K has just stayed true to exactly what it is through pretty much all of it. It had like kind of little stylistic changes that you could tell, but in the end, it's all the same shit.
It's beautiful.
Bad movie make fun of bad movie.
How succinctly put.
And like I really liked this season. I felt like this season they really trimmed the fat off of all the skit stuff. It's very quick.
I'm gonna love it then.
Yeah,
I'm gonna eat this up. I will probably watch some tomorrow.
That's one of the things my dad would always say about the inner the segments in between things. It's like I don't like those segments. It's like, well, you're not supposed to. Like it's supposed to be just as bad and poorly done as the movies they're making fun of. It's like nobody. It's the making fun of the movies.
Yeah, did you think Joel's goddamn magic tricks were supposed to be good? Especially in the original ones where it's like, this shit ain't good.
The funny thing is, like, Joel was kind of like a proto Carrot Top when he
it was like some prop comedy stuff. And then he was just like, this is garbage.
That's what
one of them was like a piece of Tupperware that was just loaded with like snakes in a can. Like that's all it was. It was just like, I don't even remember.
One of them from this season was car pool noodle guy Oregon.
I mean, they're funny, but they definitely weren't supposed to be good or
right. Like, I feel like they're better now, almost, because they have a little bit of a budget to, like, make something.
Yeah,
where back in the day, they're
Joel's
just like,
basement.
Hey, can we just, like, macro base some macaroni to
it's a
cardboard plate?
Straight up, it's a toilet paper roll with macaroni glued on it, yeah.
It's like, okay, if you know, like, the kind of set design and stuff like that, now give them a budget to do it a little bit better. But it's still done the same way.
And like we were saying, they were never supposed to be good inventions. Like it wasn't even supposed to be something in with ingenuity. It was like the Red Green Show. Like the Red Green Show had terrible inventions, but it was just like
it's like suggestion box.
Yeah.
Here is a format for jokes that have nothing to do with the rest of it.
Yeah.
But it's 2 seconds long. So it was like a weekly segment kind of thing.
You get the write-ins, which if you think we should take write-ins, leave a comment below.
Yeah, we might just read it. So back to the news story.
Which one? Oh, the guy from Highlander.
Mm-hmm. McLeod. that's the whole thing that got us back on.
Yeah,
MST3K.
we were just flying. We're just flying off the rails like we always do.
Yep.
So the title is DC Clerk Stalls Marriage Over Foreign New Mexico ID Card. And looking at this guy, I am not surprised if you're dressing like this on a daily basis.
Like he's like trench coat Garth Brooks.
You see this right here? This is a cowboy, I forgot what they call this. It's not a brooch.
Bolo tie?
Yeah, bolo tie. Yeah. Bolo tie, large. I know for a fact this is a trench coat, more than likely, that goes from neck to heel on this fella. Mm-hmm. So it's a Matrix jacket. He has a black cowboy hat. I mean, I can just tell everything about this guy in this initial picture.
Now, they probably thought he was from outer space versus another country, you know what I mean? But I don't think that was the DC clerk. I think that's the guy.
No, this is the clerk.
Yeah. That's the clerk?
In this... I'm going to read this out loud. I may be wrong here. In this April 26, 2018. Yeah. Fuck off. All right. In this April 26, 2018 file photo, name redacted because we protect the innocent, speaks at the Albuquerque Bureau of the Associated Press. A District of Columbia clerk refused to... Oh, this is the accused.
Yeah, this is the accused.
I'm sorry.
Because he was from New Mexico. That guy looks like he's straight out of New Mexico.
I thought this was the clerk. I thought this was the clerk.
Oh, so everybody from the fucking South, or everybody who dresses like that, is just stupid, huh?
Yes. Yes.
I legit fucking went on a date with a girl who was intelligent, but she told me...
I don't understand. How the fuck are you wearing this shit in New Mexico? It's like 1,000,000 degrees there.
to fucking keep warm during the night, to fucking retain your moisture during the day. But I legit...
I'm sorry, Gabe and Clarkson.
I legit went on a date with a girl who just told me at the end of the night, for some reason, there was context as to why this came out, but she just said, I
love the Kurgan.
If somebody speaks with a southern drawl, I just automatically assume they're stupid. I was like, what?
On the flip side, though, I have heard plenty of people say people that speak with like a northern Midwestern accent, that would be us.
Yeah.
And with
equally
Michigan
as dumb.
People, yeah.
The further north
stupid.
you go, it's just like going south.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there.
my fucking first thought while I was still on the date with this chick was like, those fucking people sent us to the moon, god damn it. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, I feel like a jerk.
But I mean, hey, I
does
just
look like a villain from Highlander. I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about the TV series that they had.
they're gonna be one, all right?
That would be his tagline. Highlander series here. Hold on.
Can only be one, you heard me?
The main character is Duncan MacLeod.
McLeod.
Played by, yeah, he is a MacLeod. It's Duncan MacLeod, played by Adrian Paul. Is this guy familiar to you at all?
No.
Okay.
One of the things about
I used to watch the hell out of this show when I was a young lad.
I forget the actor from the original Highlander, but it was just fucking ridiculous the way they cast this thing. They fucking cast a French guy to play a Scottish guy. And then they cast a Scottish guy, who is Sean Connery, to play a Spaniard. What the fuck?
What were you thinking? Okay, is this picture here ring any bells?
No, I wasn't really. I didn't watch Highlander as a kid, man.
I was all about it, man. Highlander, Hercules,
Really?
Xena,
Disappointed!
all that. Well, okay, Hercules is directed by Sam Raimi. So, I mean, that's fun. There's a lot of fun.
Who the fuck is that?
The guy that does Evil Dead, the first Spider-Man.
Oh.
Liam Neeson's breakout role in
Darkman.
Darkman.
Darkman was so good. I was talking to somebody about that this week. I was like, have you ever seen Darkman? And they're like, what's that?
This guy right here, Sam Raimi. This dude's hilarious, and he actually plays a reoccurring character who is just a shitbag.
Let's see another picture of him.
Here's him a little older. This is him older here. Let's do young. And like, you know, he just...
Who is that? Andy Serkis, the guy who played Gollum?
I don't know. Yeah, here's him.
No, he
with,
doesn't ring a bell, man.
Here's him with the Campbell. They always team up. And Campbell would actually make a couple appearances as a thief king in Hercules, and Sam Raimi would continuously play this bumbling idiot character. It was a good time.
Oh, we've been derailed. Yes, but what about second derailment?
Constant derailment. That's the only thing you guys actually tune in for.
Right?
And the
That's where the
rattling of
good
my
shit
beer
comes
can
in.
on a table.
We're trying to do these in one fell swoop nowadays. So, this clerk in D.C. refuses to marry this couple because he tells him he has to get a visa.
Do you guys even want to hear this story? Leave something in the comments.
Yeah, after
below.
we've told it.
I mean, the story was the guy that got screwed looks like a villain in Highlander. They rejected me because I look like a villain from Highlander.
Do you imagine that? Like, okay.
I'm sorry, Gavin. Back to his actual story, because this is a little bit outrageous.
It's the nation's capital. It's America's Vatican, all right? It's a different country, technically. Yeah, he goes into like a marriage clerk, and they refuse him because he uses his state ID from New Mexico, and the clerk tells him, you have to have a visa in order to get married.
And he says, "Are you dumb?" Except they don't sound like that in New Mexico.
And the person from DC is like, "What? I can't understand what you're talking through that thick foreign accents that you're talking." Like, honestly, Northerners and Southerners, sometimes they might as well be from a different country.
I love this line from him. "She thought New Mexico was a foreign country," Clarkson said of the clerk. "All the couples behind us in line were laughing." And I believe it. Although I am going to say, DC, having been there, it's a
shithole.
It's a different place.
It's a shithole.
I mean, the cockroaches literally crawl across the street at night. It's like, I'm not even joking. When we went there, and we went out drinking later at night, and we were walking back at dusk, late night. There was literally things crawling across the street, and I was like, what are those, frogs? And Brittany, my girlfriend's like, no, that's a cockroach. Like there's literally things like scurrying across the street. And if you've ever been to Florida or like down south, there's lizards that are abundant like grasshoppers, but these are just cockroaches that skitter across the street, and you're just like, oh, this is totally the nation's capital. Yeah. Just cockroaches out at night, just crawling all over.
I remember you were saying you went on a vacation there, and you were like, they're literally pulling the seafood out of the fucking river. Why didn't we go eat there? We went and ate
the
at
restaurants?
Applebee's.
Yeah.
So this is just making me think they're fucking pulling the seafood off of the streets too, man. It's fucking crustaceans.
You guys want the shrimp?
You guys want to eat live bugs? You want to see us eating live bugs from Washington, D.C.? Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, that was really upsetting. I mean, when we initially landed, we ended up trying to eat at an Applebee's. I think we settled at a Jersey Mike's, but later on at the night it was like, oh, we had an opportunity to eat at a fresh catch seafood place, or I don't even remember the option, but we didn't go to the fresh catch place, and I was just like, man, it's right there. That's as fresh as it can get.
Fresh bugs. Why is it so not gross to eat fresh bugs from the sea and so gross to eat bugs?
It's just a regional thing. There's plenty of places that eat bugs. It's a regular part of their diet.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But like when I say gross to you, I don't mean the guy who's not listening in Zimbabwe. Or that might be insensitive too, because just
I think Fear Factory had a big part to play in it, and Dave Chappelle's skit too about Fear Factory and just eating bugs and all kinds of gross things.
Some motherfucker out in Zimbabwe now is gonna be like, "Hey, we don't eat bugs here, okay?"
If that's how you feel, leave a comment below.
But that was a good one. That was a good one.
That's gonna be our reoccurring zinger all night.
How about forever? What do you feel about it, guest? I forgot he was here. You've been so quiet all night. Oh, man. Yeah, I've never been to a place like DC. Not worth it from what I heard.
When I went to DC, the people are great. I really enjoyed a lot of the people there. The couple nights we went out to the bars, they were just like, oh, you're from Wisconsin, you guys like drinking, and the bars were like dead. It was so crazy. I don't remember what night of the week we went out, but like the bars were dead. First we went to some absinthe.
You just were like the only person in the bar. Over there was like Ted Kennedy.
Yeah, our group of like 5 people were like the only people in the bar, and we're just slamming back drinks, and the bartender's like, this is great, and I'm having a good time. And before that, we went to like this quote unquote high end absinthe bar that was kind of a letdown. But absinthe is good; it's a good drink.
I would like to try that. I would like to.
It's just
see things.
It's just a lot of booze in one cup. You're not gonna see shit. It's just a lot of booze.
Yeah, I know. That's the whole thing. It's like, oh, absinthe makes you see the little green
makes
Martian
you see
guy.
The Martian from the Jetsons,
the Flintstones.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a common thread between both of those?
I don't remember. It makes you see Marvin the Martian, the green Martian from.
I think you've had too much to drink.
But that place was a little lackluster because they were like, yeah, we're trying to set this atmosphere, and the atmosphere in this absinthe bar was 2 people in a brick stool that's probably about the size of this table. So the actual room was probably 5 feet by 5 feet, and you'd both sit in a little stall with a draw curtain, and they'd bring you in some absinthe, and you drink it like you were fucking smoking in a crack den.
Yeah.
Guess what?
What?
Absinthe isn't really like that. You don't need that kind of a setting at all.
Maybe that's just what they know from being like, well, we used to do crack, and we don't really feel like that's been brought to like the general public, and we would like to give a genuine crack house vibe.
Yeah, so they
be the Applebee's of crack house.
They listed their absinthe list with like 50 different flavors. Like you could get a fruit punch. You know, that's stupid. That's not an actual flavor. I'm just making crap up. But it would be stuff like that. It would be like a mango, blueberry, absinthe fix. And I'll tell you right now, it wasn't that great. If you drink some delirium and some vodka, you'd be good to go.
Oh my God. Why don't you regale us with the fucking time that you went to the place with all the delirium on the you're like, I'm gonna drink all the top shelf stuff, and they're like, it's expensive, and you just drank a bunch of it. And
oh yeah, it was
crazy.
One of Brittany's friends' birthday, and they knew the manager of this bar who was bartending that night, and they had a top shelf liquor list, or they had top shelf beer.
Remember, the thinking target is on that wall.
And they had all this top shelf beer. So I'll look right at the camera as I tell the story. So they had all this top shelf beer, and we got in there, and it was her birthday, and I said to myself, I'm going to drink every single beer up there. And a lot of it was delirium, and then the second shelf was some other stuff, and I even had a couple shots over there. So I drink all this. We go to an Italian place. We're there for like Italian place. We felt like we were there for 20 minutes. And then we went to Brady Street, which is basically a strip of bars if you're not familiar with the area. And we went to what used to be Crisp. I forgot what it's called now. It's some weird Irish pub now. And we got in there and opened my wallet to buy some beer. And I had budgeted myself in cash because I'm a smart person. I budget myself before I go out with a certain amount of money that I can spend. And I opened up my wallet and there's no money in there.
Spider webs.
And I'm just like, I don't have money for beer. Somebody got my money. I had like $200 some in here.
And there was no reasoning with you at that point?
Yeah, because I was fucking wasted. I was so fucking wasted. And
let me tell you, like, Stefan usually keeps himself under control, but when he gets past the point of no return, there's no
yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
Just like any mortal man.
I'm usually pretty reasonable, but man, yeah, that was it's not like it wasn't like a blackout situation. I was just so wasted. I was just like, I got this is my money. I don't know where my money is. Somebody just pickpocketed me or something. And it's just like, no, Stefan, you drank every single top shelf item they had at a previous bar, and you're fucking wasted. Sit down and shut the fuck up.
Brittany, I bet that went over well.
Brittany ended up just walking me out of there because I was embarrassing, which is not something that frequently happens as much as it used to. But don't get me wrong, I have my own standout moments, but it's definitely not exactly frequent where I just get embarrassingly wasted.
You just lose it all. Hey, sometimes you earned it.
Yeah.
Maybe you did that night, but it was somebody else's birthday.
Yeah, bad luck. Real bad luck.
We had
That's the thing though about going to at least within the age range I was at the time. So this wasn't that long ago from now. So that was maybe like 3 years ago or so. I mean, when you're in that age range, when you go to a celebration, you kind of cut loose more than you probably should because you know that you should be in what you'd refer to yourself as with like safe people and stuff like that, like common friends. So you feel like you can really cut loose, but you're at a point in your drinking career where you can cut loose a lot harder than you necessarily thought, like it gets away from you.
Yeah. Like, you're going up against the champ, and the champ is within you. So you're like, I'm just having a few beers here, and then all of a sudden, first few rounds, 10 or so, just been sizing you up, and you just keep going, and then all of a sudden it's like,
and next thing you know, you're on your butt. and you're up against the ropes and you got your arms, and the cut man is looking at you and you go, man, you got messed up out there. Slap some Vaseline on your face, you're good to go.
Next thing you know, Steve-O is saying to you, it's like a baby deer trying to get.
Oh my God.
Let's not go there.
That was just that's just an unbelievable tale, and I think we've even told it on here before. Just an unbelievable story.
Have not.
Haven't?
Nope. Not gonna.
Ah, that's for another one. If you want to hear the story, write in the comments below.
Yeah, if you want to hear the story, write in the comments below. Still not gonna tell it.
That one will get worked in eventually. There's a lot of good stories.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yep. Can't draw them all from the well in one night, though.
Yeah.
So do we have another news or?
Well, I do have some stuff that I kind of wanted to just bring up. I was kind of hoping to work it in a little bit better, but it's kind of hard. So on my way to work last week, I don't know if you've heard this ad yet. It opens up with gunshots, screaming of children. Ah! Gangs. They're invading your city. They're fighting. They're ruining your neighborhoods. Join the Christian initiative, and it's like a very softly spoken man. But all I could think of was, I guess those would be Mormons. They come up to you going door to door with like the white button down short sleeves and the black ties. Mm-hmm.
Did you really just explain what a Mormon was?
Yeah, I know, but I just like the visual representation my own imagination draws for that, which maybe I'm being a bit shrewd, but when I heard this ad, all I could think of was people like that, West Side Storying against like the Crips and like the Bloods, or like the Kings, just like, we are gonna stop you.
Mormons versus
stuff.
Mormons versus the fucking Crips.
Yeah. Just like gang war.
Because
that was the whole thing. It was like, if you want to fight against gangs in your area, join the Christian youth group in your area.
I was about to say,
and it was just like, I can't believe this is an ad right now, because they were talking about little Susie getting kidnapped and raped at like age whatever, and
well, that makes you feel one way, right? Really quick.
I mean,
guess what that is?
Obviously,
it's propaganda.
Yeah, I know. I mean, obviously, they're trying to pull us into this direction, but it was just like, what the fuck is this? Is this group gonna do to stop the gangs in this area? They're gonna just go door to door like they do in my neighborhood.
That sounds like
another great story.
Sounds like a really good way to get a bunch of racists in one place. That's what I'm saying, man. It really sounds like a good way to get a bunch of people to have a knee-jerk reaction and get the fucking racist motherfuckers in one place and just whip them into a froth.
But I've only heard the ad once. It was just that morning. I haven't heard it since. And
good.
But it brings me...
Maybe somebody at the station was like, what the fuck was that? Who approved that? Let's get rid of it. Shit cannon.
Maybe.
Or maybe they just didn't have very much money.
But this is going to lead into my next point, which was last... I guess it wouldn't have been last Saturday.
Can I say something real quick? I was about to jokingly say that instead of Mormons versus Crips, I was about to say Mormons versus the cartel. And I didn't say that because then I realized that's an actual thing. Like
Mormons fighting against El Chapo?
There is a Mormon colony in Mexico that battles with the fucking cartel.
That's interesting, because
it is just
I never
the
saw
weirdest
that.
thing.
Is that on Narcos? Can I watch that? Do they sing at them or
no,
what?
this is like a modern thing.
I'm going to have to look that up. They have a Vice documentary?
This is for, yes.
Okay, I'll check that out maybe.
If you'd like us to watch that Vice documentary and then paraphrase it as our own content, let us know in the comments below.
All right, so my next part of this story was, I think it was last Saturday, the doorbell rings. Dog goes into a frenzy. Everybody that I know... yeah, everybody that I know knows not to ring the doorbell. You text your boy. Because the dog goes crazy. The dog hates the doorbell. It's abrasive to the pup's sensitive ears. So I go downstairs thinking, oh man, it's my Lindros jersey, which I'm wearing right now. I'm just like, oh, the news,
Amazon.
This I got from JJ's hookup, which was basically the same. But so I run downstairs. I'm just like, oh yeah, man, it's my jersey. No, it's these two men dressed in pea coats with cabbie hats, probably over the age of 45. And
whoa, were they Proud Boys?
No, they go, hi, we're here because we want to share the good word of the Bible. Do you have time to share the good word of the Bible? I was just like, no, I'm a Satanist. And my neighbor who's like 86 is like getting his mail, and he looks at me because he doesn't know much about me other than I like the Flyers and he likes the Pittsburgh Penguins, who have like a vicious rivalry. And I look over and I was like, yeah, I'm a Satanist. No time for that. And I just closed the door and I just like went back upstairs because these guys come every 3 months. And I've tried everything with them. I've gone, no soliciting. Please don't come back here. You guys can't be doing this. And now I'm the Senate. Now I'm just saying crazy shit. The last time the time before this, I took my dog downstairs and I just let her bark at him for a little bit. And I was like, I'm sorry, guys. I can't really talk right now. Yeah, I was like, guys, I can't really talk right now. I'm sorry. The dog's just crazy. She's really nice. But my dog at that time was just whipped up doing a frenzy, just like, I don't know these people. And to be fair, I was kind of egging her on a little bit with just the laxness of the leash and just being like, yeah, you're a good girl. You're doing good.
That boy, I mean, that girl does not need any egging on.
No.
What kind of fucking monster are you?
I'm just trying to get these people to stop coming. They come constantly. I don't know.
Well, let me tell you. It's
sorry. That sounds disgusting. They just keep coming.
They just keep coming and coming and coming.
But they don't stop showing up, and I don't know what else to do. Next time I might call the police and just be like, these guys keep soliciting.
The fucking police are going to laugh at you.
I know, but
you can't call. They're gonna be like, so there's some Mormons or Bible bumpers at your house, and you want the police department to come?
Yeah, run them over. Run them over with your SUV. What am I supposed to do?
You're just supposed to tell them.
Should I dump hot water from my window? It's like, oh, it's the old waste bucket coming out. Oh,
fucking Addams Family style, dude. On the carolers.
Yeah, drop some rubbish compost on them. Some like old vegetables and stuff.
If you guys out there have a devious or somewhat legal solution to Stefan's Bible bumper problem, let us know in the comments below. Hey, that actually might be a good...
Yeah, I might actually get some of that. But I straight up, I've been dealing with it since we moved in there. And I've tried all sorts of things. I've just been calm and collected. I said, no, thank you. I'm not interested. I tried, obviously, the Satanist thing. I tried the dog thing. I've tried everything.
Okay, how about this? And walk down the stairs.
This is the most frustrating part about it, is I have multiple people in my apartment building, and I know they buzz us one at a time. Like, they buzz one, we come down, and then they buzz the next one, probably. It's like spam email at my house. I hate it. Get rid of it.
Do it like this. Talk to your neighbor and tell them next time that they buzz their door, tell them to say yes, and then just let me call my neighbor because he would be really interested too. And then you'll have a shirt that you've already cut in the collar, and you will just come down and just be like,
the power of Christ compels me, or the power of Satan compels me. I don't even know which one would be more. It's really bothersome. It's literally spam email, which is my other thing.
Live action spamming.
Yeah, which is my other thing is my email, like my oldest email account.
I got one.
One of the things I've signed up for has just become a hotbed for spam email, and it's no joke. It's constant now. It's fake Apple stuff, PayPal account. They're just like, your PayPal. It's like, I don't even have a PayPal account linked to this email. So I know you're bullshitting.
Go and buy yourself a can of Spam, and then get yourself a cutting board and a knife or just like a deli slicer, and then just go like answer the door and just start cutting the meat casually into very thin slices, and just throw it on his head. It'll just be like, and be like,
I might do that.
What is this?
I might do that. I will constantly be prepped every time my doorbell is rang with the Spam slice.
Well, the thing is with the Spam, you don't have to prep it. You have the slicer and the can of Spam. The Spam never spoils, so it's always good.
Yeah.
And you
this is exactly how it's going to play out.
all right.
So I buy the can of Spam. I have the can opener. I have the cutting board and a knife. My doorbell gets buzzed. I'm going to have like a little shopping bag, and I'll go down. Maybe it's not the Mormons. You know, I have to answer the door. Or whoever these people are. I don't even know if they're Mormons. I don't even know if they're Mormons. Just these Bible thumpers come by.
I'm going to bring my IED Spam.
Yeah, maybe maybe I don't know it's them. If it is them, I come outside and I sit down and I start going through the ropes. I start uncanning it, slapping it on the old cutting board, and then if perchance the question does come up, what are you doing? I'll just be like, I'm getting ready for breakfast. I like Spam and eggs. Continue with your Bible thumping. And they continue, and then I slowly start slicing it up. And then if they're wearing those Pico jackets, I'll just casually walk over there with a handful of Spam and just shove it in their pocket.
I really thought that was going someplace, Stefan.
That's how I picture it actually going down. Maybe a meatball hand-sized wad at somebody, but
just
open. And I just yell Spam fight, and I'm out of any legal recourse. We're good to go. Spam fight.
This is the Royal Court of Spam Fight. He has declared his right to Pon farr. What? It's not Pon farr. That's the Vulcan mating ritual. There's some sort of Vulcan right to be able to battle the contesting mate to the death.
That's Klingon. That's
no, that's Vulcan.
Oh, that's right. They had that old episode about it where
with Archer and his crew of flunkies.
Yeah, Archer it was on another one too. I think it was on one of the new ones, wasn't it?
That is one of the new ones.
No, I mean,
let's not go all Star Trek here.
I guess it was. I thought it happened in another one too, though. Where who's the Vulcan in Voyager? Tuvok. Doesn't Tuvok snap and do some of that too?
I don't know. I didn't watch fucking Voyager all the way through because I only went through and watched the Borg ones.
Yeah.
Anyways, do you have a window that you can open?
Nope.
And yell at
that balcony where they stand is covered. Oh, I mean, I could open the window and yell out.
Yeah, but what if it? Yeah, I guess
is that what really I should start doing? Just be like, "Are you Bible thumpers?"
No.
Okay, I'll be down in a second. Do you have time to talk about the Bible?
Oh, God. Okay, how about this? Create your own pamphlet to hand back to them.
I like that idea. I think I did a 6th grade project where I made a pamphlet in Microsoft Word. Yeah,
but really small.
Yeah, and they were terrible. But I think I could cook something up. And it'll be like, welcome to my home.
You can dissolve the shell of an egg in vinegar and then it's bouncy.
Yeah. And it would be something like, welcome to my home on the cover. And it would be a picture of me with a thumbs up. And the inside would be like, fuck you, don't come back. And it would just be pictures of, I don't even know, probably stuff off of Pornhub or something. Like.
Okay. I got to segue out of this specific one. Have you heard the story about the fucking guy who went to the island of indigenous people?
Yes. It was actually a big conversation going on in my World of Warcraft group about this.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I was just like, I guess we're going into this. You were playing some RPGs and we were talking about it. So
for the people who don't know, this guy, he was an Asian American, I believe,
Yeah.
And I had heard somebody else say, this sounds like something a dumb fuck white dude with no perspective on the rest of the world will go do. Thank God it's an Asian American guy.
But
he went to an island that is full of indigenous people that have been living there for like 50,000 years untouched.
yeah, they're I forgot what the exact term was. They're so tribal, though. I'm talking, these guys are wearing single band thongs. Everyone's wearing the thongs, and they're carrying around wooden sticks. Like, they're called the sesames. What are they called? I'm going to look it up so I don't.
So it was.
Well, they don't have the internet.
It
so
wasn't just like this guy decided suddenly to go do it. It had been his dream to go do this for a while.
Yeah, he claimed himself an influencer, adventurer, and missionary. Yeah, he was a self-proclaimed missionary or something. But he went to go to this small closed-off tribe to promote Jesus, apparently. Was what the letter he left said. So is that all you know about the story so far?
I know a little bit more. I think he tried to go once.
And then he got shot at. Supposedly, it hit a book. Like, a book saved his life, is what somebody was saying in the group I was in. And then I know he had gone to the island once before. And everybody that took him there was like, this is a bad idea. But you're paying mucho dinero, even though that's not the currency in India. But
well, they don't accept dineros in India.
No, but they took him there once. He left, and then he wrote a note. He was just like, "I'm going back, no matter the cost, whatever." Blah blah blah. And then, boom, he's dead. He's dead, and he's on the island.
And the people who brought him there, fucking arrested.
Yeah, because the island is. If you can imagine this is a group of people that the government there fervently protects. It's like having
for a very specific reason. This is one of the first things that entered my head. I was like, does this guy not understand that he is bringing
disease
pathogens to these people?
Yeah, these people are closed off. They are it's like a historic. It's like having an. They are the land of the lost. Like, if you go there, which you can't, you're not supposed to. They are protected.
So don't.
They are protected by the government. It
is literally like the conquistadors coming to America.
It's War
for
of the Worlds. You shouldn't go there.
Yeah, don't go there because you will literally kill these people with your fucking filthy germs. And they literally fucking probably sent a guy out to bury his body on the shore after they killed him at range, and then sent that guy off to death, if they have any understanding of that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like thinking that there's been some contact, and they can't be completely.
They are, from what
isolated.
I've read, they are completely closed off. Like, it's rude to say this, but it's like a museum exhibit. Like, you can't touch it, you'll damage it if you touch it. Mm-hmm. Like, the anthropologists and stuff from India that they've communicated with are just like, it is what it is, just leave it, don't touch it. He's dead. If he's just laying out on the beach, don't touch it, just stay away from all of this, just leave it all alone. But I did hear some interesting theories from some of the people I was talking with, and I've seen this online, where they think it is almost a suicide attempt, because he was turned away once, and then he decided to go back again. The letter that he supposedly left was just like, I'm going back. This is my mission in life. It's like suicide by cop almost, except it's suicide by basically prehistoric tribe. They have, the most basic technology.
I want to commit suicide, but in the most eccentric way possible.
Yeah. But I obviously it's only a theory, but his body's not going to be recovered, and it shouldn't be. Those people need to be left the fuck alone. Ignorance is bliss for them. Just leave them alone. Don't touch them.
It's not even that. It's like past the ignorance is bliss thing. Like, any attempt to bring modern civilization to them is just going to kill them.
Yeah. Or
you're just going to decimate if not all, a massive part of the population. And just so what? So we can bring another little group into the fold of the modern world?
Of the shithole we've created?
Right.
Which has been like my thought process this whole week, is just like, man, I can't believe people do this to themselves. I just can't believe it anymore. Like, it's just so... It's so terrible what we've made for ourselves in some aspects. Just like,
it's also good. I mean, it's easy to get caught up in like a negative spiral of that.
Yeah, but it's just a lot of the stuff going on right now. It's just like, man, we do this to ourselves. Like, we're just so masochistic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like eating the hot sauce that is obviously not good for your food.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm only doing this for the pain, and I know it will hurt, but I'm going to do it anyways.
Yeah. It's so, it's like flagrants, just whipping ourselves. At least that's how it feels some days. I mean, obviously, this week was just, that was just this week, but the week before, man, it was great.
And that's why we would like to let you know we've converted to dudism.
Yeah.
Hey, it stayed balanced on the fucking... I thought that was going to fall over hours ago.
You know what's funny about this? One of the podcasts I listen to, you know how we have our own audio bites? They only have dude Lebowski bites.
Really?
Just constantly.
Lebowski
just like,
bites?
It's only a game, man.
We need to get ourselves at least one.
They have all of them. Just like, reset the...
Hey, you know what we should do? We should go fucking tell on them and fucking get them to get sued by the people who made Lebowski and eliminate one of our competitors, because we need those ears, folks.
That's a hockey
Let us know about this tactic and how you feel about it in the comments below.
It's a hockey podcast, so I wouldn't say they're competing with us whatsoever.
Hey, if they're fucking not spending time listening to us,
and they're
competitors, all right?
And they always are just like, yeah, and thanks to our 17 listeners, whoever you are.
Oh, so you're not even listening to the good ones. You're listening to other ones like us.
Yeah, they're just as bad.
Do they have good audio?
A
lot of them don't, dude.
The one that the couple I've checked out, the audio wasn't that bad. Some of the guys with their mics, like with their call-ins, that you can tell they lean away and then you can't really hear them. And then they come back in and you're just like, oh my God, what are you doing? You keep doing this thing where you're just coming in and out and you're coming in and out and you're coming in and out. And it's just like, stop, dude. Just put it in front of you.
That's like some fucking Doppler effect. Like,
yeah. But I mean, the guy that's actually hosting that one, at least in that regard, he's clear as day every time. It's mostly the call-in people who are talking and going
that's
side to side, and
it's one of the things that's why we don't do call-ins on this show.
Hard to regulate.
Yep, we want that good juicy
and
audio.
Even we know from local ex-local legend Steve Zabin, when he'd do the call-ins, man, his shit would pop all the time because he was just such an animated character.
Mm-hmm. But that's also like a thing I've noticed on even like professional radio shows. Like unless they are really controlling their shit, like you'll have distortion and like laughter all the time. Oh my God, I had that shit go off in a meeting today.
That's still your ringer?
Yep.
Oh my God, you're committed to the cause. I love it.
So Jason was the cause of this today, and he was texting me. Guess what his fucking ringtone is?
I don't know.
Murloc. that's like a great idea. And he texted me. He's like, I haven't been to work in 8 days, and I was in my boss's office, and somebody texted me, and he texted me that, and that's what caused.
And you were in the meeting.
I was in the meeting. I was like,
So, yeah, Jason.
Dude, that one is just like a good one because even if you get caught in a situation where it's like, you should have turned your phone off.
Is he gonna come back on the show?
Yeah,
it's too fresh.
He's gonna. You can't have this. You can't burn him out, man.
Yeah, I know.
Not him, but you can't burn out the listeners. You can't just like fist Milwaukee up the world's ass. Take it and you like it. Our one listener from Germany, whoever the fuck you are.
At least you like us.
Dude, honestly, it's weird to like look at the analytics and be like, we got a listener from Prague? Like what?
Hey man, if they're checking it out,
yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, very much. And if you are the one listener from Prague, let us know in the comments below.
Yeah. Please let us know.
In Cyrillic. All right. We're almost at 2 hours here. You think it's time to call it, or we got some more stuff we want to go through? I didn't do music.
I didn't really either because I wanted to talk about Ice Cube's Arrest the President a lot. But we kind of already hit it. Which, by the way, let me share some of these Let me share some of these key lyrics that I was talking about.
Are you going to read them like Shatner?
All right, here's the hook. Oh, boy.
I've got these moves like Shatner. I've got these moves like Shatner.
The president. You've got the evidence. That is Russian intelligence. Okay. That's the hook. I can't say one of the words on there. This song just came out this year, just as a reminder. Here is his secondary target, his rap call out. I'm a bigger boss than Rick Ross. Always winning. Can't say this. Get lost. Rick Ross hasn't been culturally relevant for about like 10 years.
That might be actually him calling out the Rick Ross who stole Freeway Rick Ross's name, if you don't know that whole like situation.
There's another Rick Ross that stole Rick Ross's stolen name?
No, like the Rick Ross you probably know.
He stole that from a cartel guy.
He wasn't like a cartel guy.
A drug guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I knew that story.
Okay, yeah. So is he talking to Rick Ross, or Rick Ross? Rick Ross.
Either way, they've been out of relevance for like 8 years. This whole song, once you put it all together.
I'm not disagreeing with you that it sounds like hot garbage.
We'll check it out after we're done. And if you feel the same way,
let us know in the comments below. All right. Yeah, it's time to call it. If you enjoyed the show, give us a like.
Give us a subscribe.
Yeah, give us we need them subscribes, man.
Which, here's the other thing. This is one of my closing statements here. Listening to these podcasts, they have those little automated ads for themselves, just like give us a subscribe. Check us out on Stitcher, Spotify, the same things we use.
Like the old ones, we don't do that anymore.
Yeah, I know. Good, because that was going to be my point. It's just like bring it up at the end or whatever each time.
Mm-hmm.
But the canned ads like really bug me because they do it every time. It's just like, oh great, I know the last 15 minutes of this are going to be this, so I'll just skip it anyway. Which, granted, for them, I'm already subscribed to the one that's doing this. So, but man, I don't like it. Just the canned ads. I like our plutonic. I really like our plutonic feeling as it is now, where it's just shooting from the hip.
Right. You got to inject that shit into the episode, and you got to do it in a way that you make the listener want to listen to it. Case in point, fucking bringing him up again, Bill Burr. He literally will lose advertisers because he's just so brash. But the ones who stick with him get that he is making, like, he's shitting on them while he's getting his listeners to listen to the ad content.
Yeah. If you agree with our stance,
fucking sponsor us and make a comment below, goddammit. All right, that's the end. Good night, everybody.